Swidd proudly presents Game Raiders, a dungeon exploration game which is heavily inspired off of Tango Tech's Decked Out, as well as being a spiritual successor to my own Heartful Purge. Situated just north of the spawn portal, if you are on the SweetVanilla SMP, Game Raiders is located right up the North Hub exit. Allow me to demonstrate. As of the time of posting, this game will be entering the demo phase. Despite that, this video will go over content which will be available in the full launch of the game. Without further ado, because I know some of y'all are getting bored already, it's time to introduce Game Raiders! An experiment gone wrong. Often kids wish to live life like a video game. So much work this gullible soul has done to make it a reality. Well, should have grown out of that phase, because now that it's here, its ugly consequences have begun to rear their heads. In this game, you explore multiple different game worlds, which have seemingly crashed into ours. A lot of negative ramifications could be gauged from this, but who cares, because with new worlds comes new treasures! The goal is simple. You get a compass, drop down into the danger zone, and try to locate something called an artifact using such compass. However, getting to your artifact may not be easy, as along the way you might encounter many enemies, obstacles, and potentially puzzles, which may block you from reaching your goal. Once you reach the location your compass is pointing to, simply throw it at the ground, and then an artifact will dispense nearby. Now that you have the artifact, all you have to do is go back where you began. That said, the deeper you go into the dungeon, the lengthier and more difficult this process becomes. And remember, if you have items with the item prefix, you must dispose of them before leaving the dungeon area. Unlike many dungeon crawlers, there's no additional items to pick off the ground. It really is just as simple as locating the artifact, getting it, and booking it out. This simplicity allows for two things to happen within the dungeon. One is that you can bring multiple compasses at once. There's no real benefit to doing it, but it could be fun for a challenge run. And the other thing, and this is a big one, multiple people can run the dungeon at once. A big rule is that you cannot pick up fallen players' loot, including your own. Potentially explore together, help find each other's artifacts, or maybe even lure hostile mobs. Keep in mind, this is meant to function as some sort of easy mode, but having the option allows for those who aren't as skilled to get further, as well as being fun with friends. Some other important rules to mention about the game: you are allowed to pick berry bushes off sweet berry bushes, but you're not allowed to harm enemies, and especially not break blocks. Now, it's time to get into the part of the game where you aren't gaming. As said previously, this video is coming out just as the game is entering demo. It does not have a full feature list such as an economy, shops, or difficulty options. That said, this game will be expanded over time, adding more video game worlds with new artifacts, threats, and gameplay. You can get demo compasses by pressing the button just right of the portal, where the PlayStation 5 is located. The demo is free. However, most people will probably be interested in the main game compasses though. These vary in price due to difficulty, but allow you to turn in the artifact from the compasses to get cross tokens. Beginner difficulty is meant for first timers. It's the most simple. Experience is what most people will probably do. Simple, but it might go further into the dungeon. Expert more or less requires dungeon knowledge, as they'll either be hidden behind some type of puzzle or some type of challenging obstacle. The higher the difficulty, the more cross tokens an artifact from that difficulty will grant. The price is scaled that those of higher price will give more value per diamond, though obviously that comes at the price of difficulty and a chance of failure. Good to note that you don't need to turn in your artifact. You can simply keep it as a souvenir, or turn it in for cross tokens at a different time. Every location has a unique artifact. You can check this by checking the name on the compass itself. Now what do you do with these cross tokens you earn? Simple. Buy, buy, buy. With the game worlds crashing 2 hours comes the coolest merchandise ever, available for purchase exclusively with cross tokens. We hope the gameplay of the dungeon is actually fun, while the rewards feel worthy of your time. Now, onto actually how to start playing the game. First, get a compass. This is either from purchasing it directly from the difficulty select, or getting one from the demo station. In this case, I'm getting it from the demo. Remember to check the name and door of the compass. It may hit at what elevation level it is, as well as what the general surroundings might be. Next, walk outside the main door and put all your stuff away. Set your spawn. Remember your armor, it's easy to forget. And it's also recommended to sleep as you might encounter phantoms. You are not allowed to bring any items in the dungeon with you outside of a compass. Then, you simply jump down into the water, and the run begins. Yeah, it's that simple. As a last note, to explore the dungeon, you must actually have a compass. Otherwise, this overview of Game Raiders is complete. I hope to see you all in-game soon. It is an honor.